years, and that was almost a little over 26 months ago.
Yeah.
And we said, you know, rather than filing this as a pro per, having them represent themselves, why don't we just do it? Because we enjoy working with each other. And so we did it together. Now I joke.
Worst decision we ever made.
Ever made, yes, because Cliff will tell you he does nothing but post-conviction litigation. Is there any case you've had more post-conviction litigation on than this case?
Sadly, no.
Yeah, sadly, no. So hat tip to Cliff, who I think is the best appellate lawyer of his generation. Hat tip to the family, and they'll all talk. And thank you all for paying attention today.
Today's a good day. Thank you guys for being here. Today's ruling affirms something that should never have been in question. The facts, fairness, and the law still matter. The court made clear that this process isn't about politics. It's about truth. It's about justice. And it's about giving people the chance to show who they are now, not just who they were in their worst moment. We're especially grateful to former DA George Gascon, Nancy, Brock, and the entire team who took the time to do a real, rigorous, and fair review of Eric and Lyle's case. Their conclusion wasn't based on sympathy or politics. It was based on evidence. They combed through decades of records. They looked at Eric and Lyle's rehabilitation, their education, their contributions to others inside prison, and they applied the law exactly as it was intended, without bias, without agenda, and with integrity. Eric and Lyle have taken full responsibility for what they did, and for decades now, they've continuously shown their insight through their actions, not just their words. They've apologized to us repeatedly over the years and have exemplified growth and healing. They've lived with accountability every day, all while knowing that if they'd have all of that, while never knowing they'd ever have a chance at release. They've supported fellow inmates through grief and terminal illness. Their work isn't performative. It's purposeful. It's real. We look forward to a full, fair presentation of who Eric and Lyle are today, not just a version frozen in time, in a time of pain and fear, but the whole truth. The growth, the humanity, and the men they've become. We're not naive. We know hope can be fragile, but we believe that the law is on our side. And for today, that's enough. Thank you for being here.
Could we get your name and spelling again?
Anna Maria Baralt.
And the spelling?
You want to spell my name? It's really long. All right, first name, Anamaria, Baralt, Baralt, and I am the niece of Jose and Kitty Menendez.
Thank you for speaking with us. Did any of you gauge the reaction of Lyle and Eric or have a chance to speak with them closely?
No, we haven't spoken to them yet, and I don't think any of us gauged their reaction quite yet. So we're looking forward to that for sure. You know, yet again, we were re-traumatized by this district attorney's office. Again, third time in a couple of months. So that's hard. That's hard. We've had to live in the spotlight for the last 35 years. It doesn't get easier for us. And so to sit there again in the courtroom and have him do it again, that's hurtful.
Do you think this brings them?
The judge ruling that you get to have a hearing so you can present the evidence to say they should be resentenced. This is what they've done for the last 35 years.
We do. It was heartening to see that. I believe that the judge, I'm not a lawyer, so I'll let the lawyers do the lawyering, but it was nice to see the judge ruled fairly, thoughtfully, heard arguments. There was one glaring lie told by the DA's office today, and that's that his presentation was only 2.5 hours long. It was not. It was much longer than that. So for sure they got their point across, and the judge still ruled in our favor, so we're grateful.
If you get a chance to speak before the court on Thursday or Friday, for you and other relatives, what is it that you will say to the judge to try and convince him that Eric and Lyle Menendez should be free?
We get to talk about who they are as people. We get to talk about their growth. We get to talk about their expressions of remorse and their rehabilitation. So we're all looking forward to that.
Growth in prison or normal activity?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Like their growth in prison or is it
Well, they've spent the last 35 years
the same?
incarcerated, so certainly they've grown anyway, right? They're not kids anymore, they're adults, but they have gone way above and beyond any expectations.
If they were black, would they have been given the same right?
Yes, they would have.
I believe that they would have.
The DA
After
has
35
made it,
years?
Yes.
Anna Marie, the DA has made it very clear over and over again that Eric and Lyle Menendez have not taken responsibility or accountability for their crimes.
That is patently false. They have, repeatedly. I don't know why he keeps repeating that. That's just not true. They have.
What do you say to those people who think that they may still be a danger to society if they are free?
I think that's absurd to those people. Absolutely absurd.
You know, you guys still have next week to go through.
Yes.
Do you have any hesitation, or is there still any little bit of worry that it might not fully go in your guys' way next week at all?
Of course. There's no way for us to predict how next week is going to go. We have great faith in the system. We have great faith that justice is going to prevail. We have great faith that this judge is acting based on the law. So that gives us hope because they've certainly earned it.
And if you could say something right now to Eric and Lyle, what would you say to them?
We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. We're going to fight for you forever. And I really hope this happens.
Maria, what do you want to say to the district attorney? Because I know that the family has felt the DA hasn't listened to the family, hasn't paid attention to what Eric and Lyle have done for the last 35 years, and listened to your argument. What do you say to the DA?
You can start today, is what I would say to the DA. It's not too late. You can start listening to us now.
Anna Marie, will we get to hear from Eric and Lyle next week?
All right, we've been listening to Anna Maria Baralt, niece of Jose and Kitty Menendez, speaking after a judge ruled today that the resentencing of the brothers, Eric and Lyle Menendez, can take place. Just moments ago, Baralt saying that the process today was not about politics, it was about truth and justice to show who the brothers are now and not who they were at their worst time.
Absolutely, and she did say that things went well, obviously, and their attorney, Mark Aragos, also saying that today was important and a great day.